Welcome to Who Knew with Bruce Lubin from quickanddirtytips.com. I'm Jennifer Boudneau, the editor of the Who Knew books. Today we're talking fall cleaning tips. We've got some great tips for you on how to do windows, fireplaces, a couple other things. And we've also got Lisa from pennyhoarder.com with a great last-minute Halloween tip for you. But first, if you've ever felt like you had to choose between getting new blinds or holding on to your life savings, those fears end now, thanks to selectblinds.com. Select Blinds won't gouge you like those big greedy blind corporations. Just check the over 170,000 five-star reviews on their site. Shop today at selectblinds.com. Mention you heard about them on podcast at checkout and get sample swatches. Absolutely free. That's selectblinds.com. Hi, Bruce.
Hello, Jen. I would like 170,000 five-star reviews.
I know. That's really impressive, right?
It really is.
I know. Where are our 175-star reviews of our podcast?
That's what I want to know.
I know.
Select Blinds.
I know. You guys have to tell your friends, otherwise they're going to fire us tomorrow. That's not true, but that's what I'm saying.
All right. Let's go with that.
So it is soup season.
Yes, it is.
And I followed Who Knew's tips, and I made some stock the last time I made a chicken. I think I maybe make chickens more than you do.
I don't know. It could be a horse
Is it your tip
race.
anymore? Or is it just mine? Anyway, you guys taught me how to make good stock. I think I make stock more than Jeannie does, but she's the one who taught me how to make stock. And the trick is to put everything in the pot when it's cold rather than when it's hot.
Exactly right.
And it's really easy to do. You just put the chicken carcass in there with celery, onions, carrots, and water, heat it up, and you have stock. Then once I made chicken soup, I dumped it all over my pants.
Oh, so that's not so
You
good.
can't tell because they're black pants. These are the actual pants. And that's a little Who Knew tip, is that if you dunk food all over yourself and your pants are black, no one will ever know. But maybe you should tell people what I should have done if my pants were not black and I had stains all over them, because that's what we do. This is a podcast.
And we're talking about stain removal today. We're
talking about fall cleaning today.
So what is a fall cleaning tip, Jen?
So fall cleaning, as you know, but people don't know, I do the editorial calendar for us, so I kind of figure out what we should be posting at different times of year based on what people want to know. You and Jeannie have all the knowledge. I tell you what knowledge people need. And fall, I have found that people are more into cleaning in fall than spring. There's this notion that, it's spring cleaning and everything, but really in spring, everyone goes outside and then they don't have to deal with their messy house.
I think that's
It's fall that people are really searching, asking, wanting to know these cleaning tips. So that's why I asked you to bring some ones appropriate for fall
I think
today.
You're absolutely right. What happens is the kids go back to school and you take stock of the ruin that is your home and you realize you got to get some.
You're shut in there. You have to close the windows, and then you're like, what are we going to do?
Well, let's go. Let's talk about your black pants.
Yes. First, tell everyone what to do if you don't have black pants and you have a stain on your clothes.
So this is downright magic, okay? What you want to do is make a solution that's 2 parts hydrogen peroxide and 1 part dishwashing liquid.
We may have talked about this before because this is my all-time favorite Who Knew tip in life.
It is magic. So we have to talk
it really
about it again. So you're going to make this and you're going to spray it on just about any fabric that you have. You want to check to make sure it's color
and
safe.
it doesn't have to be white. I've used it on cotton,
linen.
As long as you do it right before you throw it in the washing machine, it's safe.
Agitate it a little bit, throw it in, and you will be amazed how clean.
Yeah, it gets out food stains, ketchup, red wine, blood. Nurses use it all the time. They tell us they love the hydrogen peroxide and dishwashing liquid.
As long as we're talking about peroxide and
because you can't get enough.
Dishwashing liquid. That's a great way to clean mold on your grout.
Yeah, it does everything. You can do mold on grout and
we should do a whole
just on hydrogen
peroxide.
People would probably turn it off.
Dishwashing liquid.
They wouldn't like that too much. But before we go on, a bit more about our sponsor, selectblinds.com. You don't have to choose between saving money and updating your window treatments anymore. Selectblinds.com has got you covered. And their loyal customers seem to agree. Just check out the more than 170,000 five-star reviews that we are very jealous of on their site. At selectblinds.com, you can choose from a selection of high-quality custom blinds, shades, and drapes. It's the simple and smart way to get blinds. Select Blinds makes it easy to do it yourself without going it alone. Measure, choose, and install your own new window coverings with the support of their online specialists. If you can hang a picture, you can hang your own blinds. They've served over 1 million happy customers. Why not be one of them, like Bruce?
Exactly right.
Shop today at selectblinds.com. Mention you heard about them on podcast at checkout and get some sample swatches of the room darkening blinds or shades of your choice. Absolutely free. That's selectblinds.com. So we've got another great tip from Penny Hoarder today from Lisa. Everyone loved it from last time.
And who doesn't love Lisa, by the way?
Who doesn't love Lisa and who doesn't love Penny Hoarder? Because I hate to say this because I like to think that I'm the best at everything, as you know. But Penny Hoarder actually has some really good money-saving tips.
Jen, they're us only better.
Except for that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I like to think that we're really good at the household hacks, but in terms of money saving, actually saving money, they're really good. And they have another really good one for us today on last-minute Halloween.
Hi, I'm Lisa Rowan from The Penny Hoarder with today's money hack. If you're scrambling to find something to wear to that Halloween party you were invited to at the last minute, don't even reach for your wallet. It's tempting to visit your local costume store so you can get everything you need in one visit, or to log onto Amazon and get the entire look rush shipped. But you're going to look like a polyester princess if you buy one of those cheap costumes that's only meant to be worn once. It's like throwing money away. Instead, use items from your own closet or that you find around the house to create your look. And remember that homemade costumes aren't just frugal, they're also a great conversation piece when you're standing by the punch bowl. You may not look exactly like your favorite superhero, but you'll get an A for effort. Okay, now I have one more insider secret for you. Starting November 1st, visit thepennyhoarder.com/Purple Friday to find details of our awesome contest to help you celebrate Thanksgiving. I won't give away the details. You'll have to check it out for yourself. That's thepennyhoarder.com/Purple Friday. Talk to you next time.
Oh, that sounds interesting. You going to enter?
Of course. Are you?
Obviously. So, fall cleaning tips. As we talked about, everyone shuts themselves inside in fall. And what have you got for us today, Bruce? What kind of cleaning tips are you going to talk about?
Boy, oh boy, there's plenty for fall. But I'll tell you one tip when you're cleaning is to wear an old apron and take all your cleaning supplies and put them in the pockets of the apron. That way, as you careen through the house, you've got everything you need.
Yes, I know you and Jeannie are really into speed cleaning.
Well, that's exactly right.
Is that your way that you do it? I like that. Everything I like to have a plastic bag with me for garbage.
Yeah.
Because I am super messy, and as I clean my house, I always find I don't know how or why, but I seem to always find garbage, so I take it along with me, and then that way I'm not always running back to the garbage can.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah, I'm going to stick that in my apron.
Let's talk about windows.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're cleaning your windows, couple of tips. Number one, you don't have to buy those window cleaners that are expensive. What you want to use is just vinegar and water.
Good old vinegar.
Absolutely.
Google gajillion uses for vinegar, and you'll find all of Bruce and Jeannie's
vinegar is your friend.
Yeah.
Vinegar is your friend. The other thing, when you wash your windows, so you want to wash them, you want to spray on some vinegar and water, like 50-50. And then to clean it off, you want to use newspaper. Don't use paper towel or anything. Number one, you have newspaper laying around probably. So it's just going to be trash anyway. Number two, it takes all the stains off and it doesn't streak at all. And what you want to do is on the inside.
Better than paper towel too, because it doesn't leave the lint.
Way better than paper towel. Yeah. Paper towel is for amateurs, Jen. We're pros here.
I've even used coffee filters when I didn't have newsprint because it's similar.
No, that works too.
Yeah. Or you can use pages out of a phone book. If you get those, you can still get the phone book delivered and you're like, what am I going to do with this? Wash your windows.
That's right. What you want to do with your phone book or your newspapers or your coffee filters is on the outside, you want to go horizontal. And on the inside, you want to go verticals.
Why is that?
That way you'll see if it dries, if there's any streaking at all or any dirt, you'll see where the dirt
and then
if
you streaked it on the inside or the outside.
Exactly right. And then
that's one of those tips that's super anal, but I could see how it keeps you from driving yourself insane.
It is the best. It is the best. Speaking of super anal tips, so if you have a fireplace that you're starting to use in the fall and you've got ashes, the easiest way to clean ashes, and you don't have a fireplace, but I do, and I will tell you, it's a giant pain cleaning ashes. You use old coffee grounds.
Right, because especially wet coffee grounds, because it keeps the ashes from flying everywhere into the ether.
Exactly.
Can we go back to windows for a second, though? Because I have this great blinds cleaning tip. Now, you and I occasionally disagree on tips, as you and Jeannie do. It's really fun when we get the three of us together because we can have a little round table, and usually two outweigh the three. I'm actually not sure where she stands on this one, but I know you think this tip is weird. I think it's genius. Maybe it's weird genius. But if you are someone who cuts the crusts off of your sandwiches for your kids...
this one again. Yeah.
You can use those crusts to clean your blinds. So it's not necessarily a thing like if you have super dirty blinds.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, every time you have crusts, just pinch the crusts together, run them down the length of your blinds. And if you do that every time you're just throwing away crusts, then you basically are just living with clean blinds and you never have to clean your blinds.
Okay, I'm backing up slowly towards the door right now.
Come on. You have crazier tips than that. So how would you clean blinds?
Here's what I would do. I would get kitchen tongs. Mm-hmm. I would get like a rag or a kitchen towel and I would tie it around the tongs. I would dip it in rubbing alcohol. I would use my tongs and I would clean each of the blinds just like smart? That.
All right. That might be better than bread crusts.
No, the bread crusts work too. Absolutely. But the tongs are money. The
tongs are good if you have really dirty blinds.
Yes.
And the other thing that you can do actually, if the blinds if you're moving into I've done this before, you move into a new apartment and they have white blinds that have been there, but they're basically black at this point.
Yep.
Take them off. Most blinds are actually easier than you think. You can leave the mounting part up there and take just the blinds part. Throw them into your bathtub. Mm-hmm. Turn the shower on. And if you need to, use the rubbing alcohol or use vinegar and water mixture. But, just shower them off and then hang them back off and dry them. And that's easier than trying to get in between when they're that dirty.
When they're that dirty, that's exactly right. And then you'll be amazed how dirty the water is.
That goes to show you what a slob I am. I've never done that on my own blinds, but they could probably use it.
It's a party trick for you.
I don't have kids. I'm not cutting the crust off of sandwiches.
I understand.
So what else? Did you have any, sorry to cut you off of the fireplaces, besides getting ashes out when you're trying to empty ashes out of fireplaces? I know I always use, if I'm at my friends who I go to their place in New England for Thanksgiving, as soon as I get there, I always want to make a fire because that's what I'm all about. I'm a bit of a pyro in that way. But I love to use orange peels for kindling. Yeah,
yep, absolutely works.
Because they contain a little bit of citrus oil. Yep. So they're actually really good. Instead of those special sticks you can get that have the oil, just use orange peels. You can use lemon peels too if you want. They have citrus oil, and it smells wonderful.
So here's my tip for cleaning the fireplace. So what happens is if you got a roaring fire, you get a little ash on the bricks around it. What you want to do is use cola. Just put a little cola in a bowl. Take like a kitchen, a scrubbing brush. Just dunk it in the cola and put it on the brick.
It's a little disturbing how much cola can clean.
Well, yeah.
Because I know I use cola as a rust remover as well.
Yeah. So what is it doing to your stomach there, Jen?
I don't know, but hopefully my stomach acid is powerful enough to counteract all of the cola I drink because it's my addiction.
It's great on bricks. It really is. So it'll clean any sort of soot off of bricks.
Right. Just with a wet rag or whatever.
Yeah, I use a kitchen scrubby brush, and that's all we do. It's perfect.
Excellent.
So gets it done.
So what else are people cleaning in the fall? Do you think?
Well, I think before the holidays, if you have crystal, you're getting your crystal ready.
Oh right? Yes, so, my grand crystal chandelier in my 1-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn probably needs a cleaning as well. Yeah.
So here's the thing: the best way to clean crystal is to use hot water and a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And you can just spray it on your chandelier.
No, I like that tip that you and Jeannie do where you actually dunk each thing with a little bowl. You can just kind of get on a stepladder and dunk it.
Well, that's another great tip.
Yeah.
But the solution should be lemon juice and water. And that really is what's going to clean crystal. And not just your crystal chandelier, but if you have crystal glasses, you just want to fill them with lemon juice and water.
Yeah.
And
the lemon juice is good. It's another way you can get film off of those glasses.
Yeah, because it's a natural acid, but it's not too strong.
Yeah. So if you've run your glasses through the dishwasher a million times and they have that film on them, you can put lemon juice.
Exactly right.
Or our friend vinegar.
Our friend vinegar.
Do you have anything else for people today, or are we now done with fall cleaning and people can go marathon Netflix?
You know what? I think you got to go to our blog post because there's so many cleaning tips that we have.
Yeah, if you go to quickanddirtytips.com/who knew, you'll find all of our tips there. We have a lot of cleaning ones. We have fall ones. We have we have our Halloween ones if you still haven't caught up on that.
We have year-round cleaning tips.
We just have everything there. Frankly, I don't know why people aren't there every day with their coffee.
I know I am.
Tips. You got to see what Jeannie's been up to. All right. Now it's time for our favorite part of the podcast.
The lightning round?
The Light Pack Lightning Round. What did Jeannie give us today? For those who have never listened to our podcast before, Jeannie gives us a household object, and then Bruce and I have to name as many tips as we can with that household object.
I just opened the envelope, and today's lightning round is onion.
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 Ooh.
Ingenious, Jeannie Bossalina Lubin. I like that.
So any tip involving onion counts, right?
Any tip involving onion counts. You want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first.
Let's hear it.
This is an old tip, like an old-fashioned tip. If you want to not have the smell of onions make you cry, you're supposed to hold a matchstick in between your teeth. I don't know if that really works.
When you're cutting an onion.
When you're cutting the onion.
Yep.
I think a better way to go is to just store your onions in the refrigerator because that actually makes them less sulfurous and you will cry less. But I always wanted to try that match chip one. Have you ever tried it?
I have. And it does work.
It does?
It does work. Yeah, it really does. Sulfur really helps with the...
and sulfur is in the matches?
Exactly right. But you're right. If you put an onion in a refrigerator before you cut it, you're much less likely to cry.
Don't try to use that for yours. That was the addendum to mine. What have you got for onions?
I got plenty. Let's think. One of my favorite ones, having 3 kids who always had earaches, and this is an old-fashioned remedy, is you use half an onion and you wrap it in like a warm face cloth and put it against your ear if you have an earache.
Yes.
And that will...
It really works. It's very
really
weird.
Does. Yep.
Something about the antimicrobial, I can't pronounce that.
No, you got it.
But that's what it is.
It really does work. It really does work.
I have one. This is while we're in, old wives' tale, something that doesn't work. This is another one. It might work, it might not work, but I have heard that onion juice can help thinning hair. So if you have thinning hair, you can put onion juice on it, and it's supposed to strengthen your hair follicle. Yeah, I loved your post on thinning hair that you and Jeannie did. It got a lot of hits. I think there are a couple people who needed that post.
Yeah, no, I've heard that does work. I mean, it's anecdotally true. A lot of people
Close enough, good enough for me.
And saying it works. You know what else you can use an onion for?
What?
If you've got like a rusty knife or something, if you just plunge it into an onion, it eliminates all the rust.
Yeah.
Just let it sit for a few minutes, then wash it off, and the rust is gone.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should never store your onions with your potatoes. I'm going to say that before you say it, because I know that you live by that rule.
It's so true. You can cook them together, but you can't store them together.
Yeah, because they make each other go bad.
They make each other go bad.
Onions make the potatoes go bad. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one that's absolutely true. You can use onions to get rid of age spots.
Oh.
So what you want to do is grate like half an onion and just mix it with a little vinegar and a little hydrogen peroxide and dab it onto your age spots. Not that you have age spots,
the little brown spots.
But if you did...
Age spots are a serious deal. So
indeed,
that's a good
in a couple of weeks, those will fade.
All right, I have a really weird one that's totally off topic.
Weirder than age spots?
Yeah, it is. You can use red onion skins to dye Easter eggs. I know this is totally off topic and off season, but if you're let's say you're just dyeing some Easter eggs, not for Easter, just for fun, you can put a bunch of red onions. Can you call them
Easter eggs if you're not dyeing them for Easter?
They're
or are they just
Thanksgiving eggs. So you put a bunch of the onion skins in the water with the eggs, and it'll dye them a little pink color.
Here's one I have. And I
think that was my last one because you could tell I was stretching a little bit. So.
Yeah.
So what's your...
If you've ever scorched something when you're ironing it.
Oh, yeah.
If you cut an onion and put an onion over the scorch mark, it'll lift up the stain.
That's a good one.
Believe it or not.
I think you won.
Yeah.
Way to go. A rare Bruce Lubin.
Exactly.
Of course,
onions.
Yeah, all about onions. I'm going to make a stinky joke. Well, that's great. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for listening. And always, thanks for Quick and Dirty Tips for producing our podcast and making it all possible. Bruce and Jeannie, as I said, are always posting every day at quickanddirtytips.com/who knew, and you can find all the tips from this podcast and much more. Don't forget to write us a review while you're online of iTunes so that everyone knows how awesome our podcast is. And it really helps us find an audience and make sure that we can keep this going. And of course, you can always find us by searching Who Knew Tips on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or just Google. Tune in next time when we're going to talk about Thanksgiving food. Oh, yes. I can't wait. I love Thanksgiving food.
My favorite.
All right, I'll see you
All right,
then.
Jen, thanks.